Something is transforming in your life and it feels really big. And that's especially if you have any planets or points activated in your chart by this absolutely gorgeous astrology configuration starting July 19th, known as the basket. So, this configuration was first identified by famous astrologer Andre Barbault, and he called it an entry point into the new age of humanity. And Barbault also predicted the pandemic in 2020 before he died in 2019. So the basket configuration has four major power player outer planets, all aligning at 4 degrees of their sign. So Pluto and Aquarius, Neptune and Aries, Uranus and Gemini, Jupiter and Leo, and they're all talking to each other in a very supportive network of conversations. And astrologers out here are all really excited about this because it shows, somebody is conducting this planetary orchestra. So on the individual level, this feels like stepping into a new reality, like in a good way, but an overwhelming way. It might feel like you're a little bit intimidated, to actually embody this new version of yourself because they feel so far in the future you can't imagine, actually centering that person in your life right now. And yet, you're supported in this. It's coming, ready or not. Now, on a collective level, Barbault's predictions were about stepping out of a more difficult constructive cycle and entering into a new world civilization where humans can experience themselves at a higher level. For this time period, more generally, he talked about major shifts in power, rising solidarity and unity among people, more equitable resource distribution, and better standard of living for the most vulnerable people in society. Now, this might come off as pretty delulu, especially given that things on the planet are abysmal right now. We have horrible structures of oppression still in place. We have, war, we have genocide, we have a very small number of elites hoarding wealth and power and pushing for more and more control. And these elites are basically deciding on a narrative for a dystopian future as though it were inevitable. But it's not inevitable. This basket configuration is giving us that opportunity to push back on that narrative of fear and control, which only benefits them, and to create our own narrative, based on our own values, love, freedom, community, what we want for our future, not what they want. Now, if you resonate with Barbault's prediction as I do, remember that this is a long-term planetary cycle. These changes won't happen overnight. There will be a lot of instability first, and it's going to take our collective free will and action. But all that said, we have to envision the future we want before it can ground into reality. And we are already starting to see some of these glimmers of that hopeful future that we want to see starting to emerge. So what kind of future do you want for yourself individually and for everyone collectively? Hold that vision because you're supported in manifesting it.